I have officially gotten around to it. Okay. My computer's fixing to regenerate here. I've got some logistic problems on it. I'm probably going to have to take this into the house to actually load it and assign it to YouTube. It's rainy. Our internet here keeps going in and out. Linda is currently laying down. She's not well at all. I'm not much better. My son Bo is, just a second, he's gone to the store, well, gone to put gas in his car, gone to the store to get some LaCroix fizzy water, helps settle my stomach. I am working at keeping my blood sugar below 150. Last night, before I went to bed, it was 178. When I got up this morning, it was 131. A minute ago, well, not a minute ago, about 15 minutes ago, before I got dressed for the day, I took my blood sugar again. It was 137, which is still below 150. I'm lightheaded, I'm dizzy, it's not blood pressure. A lot of it, I think, is visual. Nurse is supposed to call me back. She hasn't yet. They wanted to schedule me an appointment earlier than October 16th, but the only 3 days I can go are Wednesdays, Thursdays, or Fridays. Why? Well, on the weekends, the clinics aren't open. Mondays and Tuesdays, Nick is working, the kids are in school, and there's nobody to take me over there. I can't see well enough to drive right now. Well, right this minute I could, like opening both eyes. There's still one camera right there and one me on the little screen, but when I turn that way, my right eye is not in sync with my left eye, and that is a very big problem. And it makes it difficult to get around. I have absolutely no depth perception. I laid it off on Ozempic and Jardiance because I took it for almost 3 years, and then suddenly, about 2.5 months ago, boom, I started seeing double. My optometrist said that happens to diabetics. There are things I can do to combat the diabetes, and I'm trying to do that right now. It's a mess. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't. I'd have every intention of going to church this evening. This is Wednesday the 27th, August 27th, 2025. Right now it's 11:20 a.m. Linda came into the parlor and asked if it was okay if she laid down some more. Of course it is. That girl has put up with so much, it's unbelievable. Putting up with me is a job all in itself. I don't feel bad today, if you can't tell by the timbre in my voice. I'm just having problems that are, how shall I say, unavoidable is the best way I would like to phrase that. I'm in the office, which is readily apparent. And I'm having to deal with the computer while I'm talking to you guys. There is a lot going on right now. My credentials for DIA have been pulled, and the reason for that is they removed the guy that was over the department. What I'm hearing is Donald Trump's going to name the Department of Defense, he's going to rename it to the Department of War. I don't know what the logic is in that, but after World War I and up until the Korean conflict, it was not called the Department of Defense, it was called the Department of War. Soldiers are now referred to as war fighters, not peacekeepers. The softer touch is, let me kill this. Our military's primary position in our nation is to defend the United States. And they do that job better than any other military on earth does for their country, with the possible exception of the Israelis. I don't believe Donald John Trump is a warmonger, because he's shown exactly the opposite. He has shown that he wants peace. He's trying to broker peace. I think when he got shot through the ear and 2 assassination attempts were made on him, that it changed his attitude on a lot of things. That is a pecan hitting my roof. And it's raining right now, like I said. Got the air conditioner on, even though it's not hot outside. It's due to me wanting it a little cooler in here. The AC in the house is on. It's in the 70s, you know, but like it a little chilled. Now, I'm going to get into some personal things on here. My wife has 2 possums. We call them the magical tree rats. She's still keeping them, she's still feeding them. They're not to the point they can be let loose in the wild. They may never be. And being the mother that Linda is, she'll keep them and she'll take care of them. She also has goats. She takes care of those. We've got to put some hay up pretty soon, and real soon we've got to build some shelter for them out in the pasture. I've got one thing that we could put on a trailer and back it with pickup up in there, offload it, and that's an automatic shelter for them. It's a big square dog house, huge, but it will hold 2 or 3 goats. We need to put some more up. We'll get around to it. Not like the round to it I just showed you. What I meant by that is I finally got around to doing another video. To say I've been ill is a gross understatement. I did not make it to church last Sunday due to being able to not even see well enough to get up out of bed. For me to miss church, you know there's something wrong with me. Then blow back to another thing here. My son Nick brought home a kitten. He mows for the city of Davis and does heavy equipment for the city of Davis. And he ran over a couple of kittens that were left in tall grass. He said he killed the litter mate, but he saved that one, put it in his lunchbox and brought it home. Then he and my grandson Cheyenne drove last night and bought formula in a little bottle in a heating pad. And my wife, being the sweetheart she is, has it in the parlors, took all the chips out of the big box and put them in a tub, and she's got that thing in a box with a heating pad. That dude has real long claws, and they're not retracting. It's grabbing. It calms down when you cuddle it and keep it warm. But I noticed something about it. It's got huge feet, and it's probably not even a week old yet. It just opened its eyes yesterday. They can't regulate their body heat till they're over a week, sometimes 2 weeks old. But I noticed something familiar about it, and it's a male. It's the square block head and the thick tail coming out of it. And okay, what some of you know and some of you do not know about me. And I used to hunt quite a bit. I used to get paid to track fleeing felons when I was much younger. I was real good at it. It's been said about me, about myself and my late friend Claude Williams, we could track a pissant across a 4-lane highway in a high rain. I was that good at tracking, and I was that good at hunting. And one of the things I used to come across in Oklahoma, which they never really thought we had them until about 15 years ago, and suddenly they discovered we do, jaguarunda. What is a jaguarunda? It's like a cross between a mountain lion and a jaguar and a bobcat, all three thrown in. It's smaller than a mountain lion, bigger than a bobcat, and they're black for the most part. You have to really look at them to see the pattern on them, a jaguar type pattern. This kitten is part jaguarunda. I'd bet money on it. Do they breed with domestic cats? Sometimes, if the female's big enough. They smell a large domestic female in heat, and they'll come to it just like a bobcat will. There are all kinds of instances where a bobcat has bred with a domestic female cat and had offspring. We've actually got a few here and on the farm. It's a little concerning. You know, one time I came home at night. We'd been living here for 2 or 3 years. I don't remember exactly. We moved here in October of 2014. 2015 we had that huge flood. It was after 2015 when the flood had abated and gone down, and my best friend Jerry had huge damage to the 12 cabins he bought over at Buffalo Gap. That was a time of real problems for a lot of people. A lot of places got flooded. Down the road from us on Sooner Rock Road, which is right across the bridge that way, down that way, about a half a mile, were 3 houses that got completely submerged. Sooner Rock Road got completely submerged, and the water went all the way to I-35 and crossed it in a few places, but not deep. We live on the side of a hill. That way, straight that way, is a mountain that shields us, and over there's a mountain that shields us from tornadoes. But it's like this would be the mountain, and then we're sloping downward. So every time it rains real bad, we have to repair our driveway. And the erosion's pretty bad. And there are terraces here where this place used to be farmed, and to keep erosion from happening. Those terraces are still there for the most part. But what happened after that, I don't know how long after that it was, a lot of the wildlife started moving about because they got flooded out. That includes at least one mountain lion and several bobcats. And I drove home one night. I was in Linda's Lincoln Navigator, pulled up, and there was a big bobcat on our front porch. And I couldn't shoot it because I would have had a bullet go through it into the house. Why would I shoot it? Well, we had livestock and we had poultry at that time. And also had horses. It just, it looked at the headlights, and I yelled at it, and it got off the porch and shot off that way toward the bridge. We still have bobcats come through here. But Jaguarunda, when we lived in Daugherty, which is 8 miles that way as the crow flies, I used to go up in the mountains and just track stuff and go hunting once in a while, and I came across a Jaguarunda up there. My late best friend Claude Williams also came across one. We compared notes. We reported it to the Game and Wildlife people, and they just poo-pooed it off. Oh, there are no mountain lions, there's nothing like that in this area. We don't have them. We don't have bears in this area. Well, Claude and I both saw bears down there. I saw one very small black bear one night coming down a big canyon road. It goes out to the highway going south to Dixon from Sulphur, and you come to the corner where the DeLisi gravel plant is, and I was about a block from that. Come on in. Okay, Bo, I need you to go in my bedroom without waking Mom, and up on my shelf are some flash drives. I need one.
Okay.
Thank you. As my son Brandon came in, I was coming home and I was by myself, and at that time I think I was in about 2017 it was. I was in a pickup I had at that time, a GMC half-ton pickup, and there was a black bear on the side of the road. I don't kill things just to kill them. I do it if it is a threat to my family, and I do it if it's food, and that's it. Or occasionally putting a dog down that needs to be put down due to illness. When I use a gun on a dog, they die immediately. There's no yelping, no. I know exactly where to hit them, and I'm an extremely good shot. Best way I can say that. Well, Brandon will be back out here in a minute. I've got some things I need him to help me with, and I'm going to go ahead and shut this down now. Know that this crippled, crazy old man loves you. I do. And I'm not as crippled as I used to be. I'm older than I used to be, and I'm uglier than I used to be, but I'm still crazy. Love you guys. Y'all have a good one, and I hope you take on the day. Bye.